I'm trying not to fall asleep because I get really comfortable and then it makes me want to knock out. It's like I have my own little womb. I'm a baby that just wants to fall asleep. Charlie, hey. I was like, I haven't done a YouTube stream. I need to do like an IRL stream. And I was gonna do a workout stream, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling really shitty. Did I have to tell you guys this? I don't know if I told you guys this. Remember the last stream that we had on Twitch? I said that I wasn't feeling well. Did I tell you guys that I had a fever? I don't think I actually took my temperature then. I think I just wasn't feeling well. But the next morning I woke up and I was like sweating really bad. And I felt worse. So I actually took my temperature and I had a fever. So I was like, okay. I took some Tylenol yesterday. I didn't take any today. I do feel better today. And I have been getting a lot of sleep, so I don't know about today. I didn't take my temperature, but I feel better. So I'll probably take my temperature a little bit later. And hopefully it's okay. My biggest goal right now is not dropping my phone in the water because that would suck. I don't want to have to like... I mean, technically it's supposed to be like water resistant, but still. You just don't, you try to avoid it when you can. Because I'm not trying to have the type of negativity. I feel like I have bad luck. Because today, it was like last night sometime. I hadn't even been on Twitter for like, I think it was like 9 or 10 hours or something. Like I hadn't been on Twitter. And the next time I went on Twitter, they were like, I'm limited. Like my account features are limited for like 3 days. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like they had, usually if they limit you, it's like 24 hours or sometimes even like 2 or 3 hours or something. But they just were like 3 days straight out the gate. And I'm like, what the fuck did I even do? I wasn't even on here. Like, why do they always do it to me when I'm not active? Like, I haven't been feeling well. Like, why do you always do this to me when I'm not on, like the last time when they had suspended me, I literally didn't have fucking internet. Like, I was on my phone. I was on my phone. Why are you doing this to me? Like, what am I doing? I don't understand. So I'm gonna kind of cool it on Twitter. Like, technically, I can still post and do things, but I'm just not gonna touch Twitter. I'm gonna be like, all right, Twitter, you don't want me here right now? Then I'm not gonna be here. So you're gonna see a lot more, like, Instagram posts and probably, like, YouTube and Twitch streams. And Twitter can suck it. Because it's like, if you're gonna limit me, then I just won't be there. I don't even know what the fuck I did. My symptoms, sore throat, fever from yesterday. I don't know about today. Achy, like really achy. And periodic bouts of extreme sneezing. So like, it'll happen maybe twice a day at most. I'll just sneeze and I won't be able to stop for like 15 seconds of solid sneezing. And I'm just like, why? Like, I can't even breathe because I'm sneezing over and over and over and over and over again. But that happens like twice a day. No cough. So I want to say like a little shortness of breath, but that's not something to really be like, oh no, because like I said, when I get sick, my asthma kicks in, but it's nothing where I feel like, oh, I need an inhaler or I truly can't breathe. It's just a little more difficult than usual to breathe. But, it's like a little extra effort, like 5 to 10% more effort than I normally put into it. Yeah. I'm thinking it was because like this week I really pushed myself, and so like even though you guys didn't really get to see all of it, like there were a couple days where I was in meetings the entire day, like a whole damn 9 to 5 job type shit. Like I was up and then meetings until from like morning all the way until evening. And then sometimes I would still do my streams after. That's why I seem like kind of tired. So, I think I just need like rest and sleep. So I slept most of the day today. I woke up pretty late. I think I woke up at 3. I don't know what time it is. You guys have to tell me. I don't know what time it is. Yes, I have my shampoo and conditioner and my Head and Shoulders. And then, which I need to actually get another one of those. And then I have a bottle of water. Because I don't know if you guys have ever, like, taken a really hot bath and then you feel dizzy because I put the water super hot. And so I feel like I'm going to pass out or something. Anyway, because it gets so steamy or just, like, hot. It doesn't happen all the time, but especially if I haven't, like, eaten or had anything to drink and I just hop in, that happens. So I like to keep a bottle of water just to hydrate. And I tend to stay in here until I, like, hard wrinkle. So, you know, get some moisture back in my body. And then that's my body wash. And then, yeah. Use cold water for a bath, Valencia. You're tweaking. What do I look like? This isn't water torture. It's supposed to be relaxing. How can you have a relaxing bath in cold water? Well, all right, I have a question. Like, what is up with guys and, like, cold water, like cold baths? Because I feel like guys are always like, yeah, I'm gonna take a nice cold shower, and it's like, I don't get it, you know? Like, if I'm not turning red, if the water isn't scalding hot, if I'm not sweating or feeling like the water may be a little bit too hot than it should be, like I'm actually questioning if I'm hurting myself with how hot the water is, then I just am like, the water is not hot enough, you know? Like I need to be asking myself those questions and feeling like I'm doing too much. And then it's just right. Like that's actually what it's supposed to be. But I feel like with guys, it's like freezing cold water. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you? It helps with soreness after workouts. But doesn't hot water help with soreness too? You can never take a cold shower. Attaboy, Charlie. That's what I like to hear. But why cold water? Like what's so special about cold water? Like wouldn't hot water relax you too? I don't know anything about that. I'm just assuming that like hot water sounds pretty good. Like I feel relaxed. I was sore and then I got in here and now I don't feel so sore. Also, I had my hair up and my hair tie broke. That's why, like, in the thumbnail, I have my hair up. And then right after the thumbnail, it just popped and broke. So it's just no more hair tie. It's gone. It gives you energy. I mean, I will give you that. Yeah. Most of the time when I go into the tub, I fall asleep. Sometimes I get my best sleep in this tub. I sometimes I feel like I sleep. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I don't take a bath, like, I usually take a bath 1 to 2 times a week. And I just take showers the rest of the time. But if I took a bath every day, I think I'd sleep more in the bathtub than in my bed. It's way more comfortable. Hot water, that's true. That's true. Well, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I try to end my showers with like, well, usually my showers are so long that by the time I reach the end, there's no more hot water left. There's very little. And what ends up happening is it's cool by default. Like there's really nothing I can do to make it hotter. So I do rinse out my hair. Like the final rinse is cold water, but not by choice, which is probably why my hair is a hot mess. I just can't do it. It's too much. And the thing is, like, I would wash my hair outside of taking a shower, so I could use, like, cooler water, but it's too damn long. I'm thinking about cutting it. Like, I'm going to cut it on stream for the Tifa cosplay and try and give myself bangs, but I think afterwards I want to try and cut it again to, like, shoulder length, a little bit lower, maybe, like, mid-arm. Does that make sense? Like, mid-bicep or something? Yeah, something like that, like mid-bicep. Sounds about right. Oh, we still need to watch that. I didn't watch that last stream. How long would I say my showers last? Like 45 minutes. Yeah, like 45-minute showers. I know it sounds insane, but yeah. Like 45 minutes. I go in, I rinse everything. Like I rinse my body, I rinse my hair, I do my pre-wash, so I put like a little bit of shampoo near my scalp and I wash that to kind of get, because like, oil or whatever products I put into it, it doesn't really lather that well. So I have to do like a pre-wash that doesn't lather. It just kind of pulls whatever dirt or products I have in my hair out. And then I do the second one with shampoo where it kind of lathers a little bit more, and then I let that sit in my hair and I wash myself like with soap and my washcloth and everything. Then I rinse everything off from head to toe, and then I put, it depends on like how my hair is. Usually at that point I wash with like my Head and Shoulders. So I use like the big white bottle, and then I switch to my Head and Shoulders, and then I use that, and then I shave. Um, yeah. I shave. I either do all of my shaving that I need to do or like half of my shaving, depending on how much shaving I need to do. And then I rinse everything, and then I put conditioner. Well, it depends. Sometimes I put conditioner, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I put like conditioner, like leave-in conditioner after. I don't always condition. It just depends on what I'm trying to do with my hair. Because sometimes if I'm trying to like straighten it or something and I put conditioner, it's better if I put like the other conditioner outside of the shower. Um, and then yeah, sometimes I just stand there. I just stand in the shower for a little while with my eyes closed. All the mugs are great, hard to choose one. I know, I know. I think my favorite one design wise is the Marauders map one, because when you put stuff in it, it shows like the little footprints and stuff. That's my favorite one design wise, but like usage wise, like like amount of practicalness. If it has a score for being like practical usage, like day to day usage. The problem with the Marauders map one is that it looks really cool, but you're not supposed to put it in the microwave or in the dishwasher, because whatever magic happens when you pour it, like it's supposed to be when you put like hot stuff in it, it shows like the picture moves, and it shows an image, like the Marauders map, like how there's nothing there and then all of a sudden it pops up. It's supposed to be like that, but if you put it in the microwave, it fucks it up. And so that one I like visually, but it's not the it's the least practical out of all of them, because I usually dump my entire bottle of water into the cup, put it in the microwave for like 4 minutes, and then I take it out, put my little tea bag in there, and my honey if I want honey, and then wait and drink it. So I don't actually boil the water. Sorry for the dogs. But I don't actually boil the water uh, in a pot or anything. I put it in the microwave and walk away. So that isn't really helpful. I just really think it's awesome. Like, it's a fucking awesome mug. Like, it's so cool. And then yeah, and then the other thing is like the cow one with the udders. I sound absolutely ridiculous talking about this. But yeah, the cow mug with the udders is what do you call it? It's just like a funny one. Once again, it's a little less practical than the rest because it's standing on udders instead of like a nice big round surface of the full cup. So there's probably more chance that it would tip over, I would assume, than the other ones. There's a higher like cup might tip over chance, and since it's hot tea, that's not ideal. But I just thought it was funny. So that one's kind of like a gag one. The Marauders map is more like a, I love Harry Potter and it would be nice to have this, if only to like use it once in a blue moon and just keep on my like desk so I can look at it and have that single tear of joy that I own it and be happy. Like that's that one. So those are those two, and then the rest of them are actually, as far as I know, as far as I remember, the rest of them should be like all the checks. They look cool, they're practical. The only one I'm questioning is maybe, I think it's like the 9 3/4 one. I don't know if that's another heat one. It's by the same company as the Marauders map, but if I believe correctly, it's more expensive because I think that one you can microwave. and dishwash. Like it doesn't actually change. It just looks cool. So like, and then they have the Dunder Mifflin one, which I mean, Dunder Mifflin. And then there was that one about love. I just thought it was cute. It's like a black mug, and I just like the way the writing was. It was very like cutesy type mug. I'm just so upset. I actually tried to find the exact mug. I did. I tried to find the exact mug. I'm pretty sure I remember. Like I found. Okay, so that company, right? That company, they have like these big soup cups. That's the only way I can describe it. They're short and they're really like they're short like this, and they're like twice as wide. You know how big the other cup was? They're like twice as wide. They have like a super big hole, so it's like you could put soup in it. It's almost like a like you know you have sporks. It's a buck. No, a bup or like a cowl. Like it's a cup bowl combo thing. That's like the only way I could put it. And so they have those, but they don't have the one like my cup. They just have like that second version. And I can't find it anywhere. I mean, I scoured the internet and I could not find it. And I was really, really upset about that. So I don't know. I don't even know what that means. How are you near the end of the last wipe? That means that you're literally using the last bit of your toilet paper. I would be worried. It's not yet. Oh, really? You guys always have freaking alter egos. Yo, I thought that said Gambino for a second because we were talking about Sandlot the other day, and I was like, the great. Wait, I said Gambino. I meant Bambino. Wait, no. Yeah. I'm tweaking. I'm getting sleepy. My YouTube recommendations app is just full of random shit. Wait, opossums eating bananas? Why did I think they eat meat? Am I crazy? Why did I? Because those things are like really ugly. I thought they ate meat. They have those big ass teeth. Why have teeth if you're gonna eat bananas? I mean, that's not really dumb. Why have teeth like that if you're gonna eat bananas? Listen, I just want to point out to you, Chirushi, that YouTube recommends you stuff based on the things that you watch. So I feel like that says more about you than YouTube. I'd be a little bit worried. Just throwing that out there. Just saying. I'd definitely be a little bit worried. I don't know. We played Nier Automata the other night, and that was so much fun. Like, I am hyped. I want to play more of that. So tonight, I might actually do another Nier Automata stream. We'll see about showing my face. I still need to put Sal sub on the wall. I haven't forgotten. So it's like I want to do face cam. Part of me is lazy. Hopefully my face looks okay after I take the face mask off. So then maybe we'll be able to do le face cam. And okay. I'm trying to like scooch myself up the wall. I don't watch that stuff. Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. I think they know, I think YouTube knows you better than you know you. Half of my stream was near. It was really good. I was actually not going to stay on for that long, but it was really good. So I was like, I guess we'll keep going. So I might try to have another one. I don't know if I'm going to do it like right after this stream. Probably not, because after I finish the stream, after I take my bath, I take like a regular shower. So whenever I get off the stream, it's going to be like another 45 minutes for me to actually like wash my hair and you know, all that stuff that I said earlier. And then I have to, you know, dry off, lotion everything, make sure all that stuff is good, get dressed, blah, blah. So I take an obscene amount of time when I take showers and stuff. But, you know, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right. Otherwise, what's the point, right? What else was I played a little bit of Overwatch. Overwatch is weird. Overwatch is really weird. Like sometimes it's really nice to me, and other times I'm like, why do I play you? Why do I play you? It has a terrible recording system because there were a couple times where I got some really nice headshots with McCree, and they just completely didn't care. Like it didn't record it. Oh, thank you. I feel like my eyes disappeared. There was like a TikTok where it was like I forget what it was like my eyes disappear when I smile check or something, and it showed a guy and he was like looking and it's like, see, I do have eyes. They exist. And then he was like and now you can't see them. Now you see them. Now you don't. Now you see them. Now you don't. And so, yeah, they were doing that. I was laughing because I was like, yeah, that's me. That's me. They just disappear. When I get tired, they disappear too. That's how people know. Because then I look like I'm high. And I'll be sitting there like this. And they're like, what the fuck? That's what I look like when I get tired. They were also saying that, like, okay, so there was one, right? Where it was something along the lines of when you just like clear your face like that, and you just keep your face blank. That's like kind of how they say that people have like resting bitch face or something. There was some chick who was like, yeah, like I said in my other video, it was like a random TikTok that was just on my For You or whatever. But she was like, yeah, that's why some people look so angry when they do that, and why your face can change, because it's supposed to be like your face is showing the last 7 generations of struggle and strife in your lineage all at once. So like when you do that and you just look really pissed off, that just means that your ancestors really were going through some shit. Like that's pretty much it. And then like if you meditate or like you know you're in a really good place yourself, then some of that kind of like goes away, which is why people say when they meditate like their face changes and you look brighter and happier, because it's like you're taking control of your emotions and you're not letting all of that energy like slip through. Your ancestors went through some shit, style. They went through some shit. But yeah, so it's like when you don't have control and stuff, like that starts to slip through. So I feel like mine changes. Like sometimes you can like look and it's like, oh, it's all good. Like I'm like, I don't look that mean today. And then other times I'm like, wow, I look mean as shit. I think that's another reason why in real life people don't really approach me too much. It depends. It depends on like how I am, like how I'm dressing and stuff. Like if I'm just kind of like normal and I don't have any, because sometimes I go out and I kind of dress like when I stream, so I put my little like thing on my face and you know I have my makeup or my hair done, not like with color but just in like a interesting way or whatever. Sometimes I'll have like my little Pokemon beanie on or something, so those are like conversation points. But I just mean like if I'm just like kind of more normal. Well, I guess now is a little bit different because I feel like I'm different. But in the past, when I would go out and I really just didn't give a fuck, like, I feel like people were scared to, like, come and talk to me. Like, I remember one time my mom brought me to her job and, like, I guess I was on the phone and I wasn't even talking. I wasn't mad. I wasn't talking about anything that made me angry. I was just talking. And I think the sun was out, so I was like, you know, when the sun's in your eyes and you're just like, fuck, man. And I guess one of her coworkers had waved at me, and to him it looked like I looked straight at him. Let me tell you, I don't remember seeing him. And I remember going inside and my mom was like, why didn't you wave at him? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, he waved at you outside and you didn't wave, and he said that you gave him like a really mean look. And I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about. I was like, I mean, I guess. And I had to tell him, like, dude, I didn't even see you. And he was like, oh, okay, like, I thought I made you angry or something. And I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. But it was really funny because he was, like, stressing. Right. Maybe Pikachu Beanie will return today. Oh, for the Nier Automata stream. It has nothing to do with Nier Automata, but maybe it'll return today. There's a very definite possibility. If I can get my life together and get, like, my camera going and actually do it. Yeah, I don't know, people, it's weird. It's like, I try not to make eye contact with people. Same. Like, I try not to. I just try to live in my own world. But, I don't know. Lately, I feel like there's always something that I'm wearing or whatever that is, like, attention grabbing. So people are bound to talk to me. So it's a very weird thing. Like, it's like I don't want to talk to people. But, you know, because of, like, streaming and stuff, I'm used to doing things that make people want to talk to me or, like, talk about me or something, you know? And because to be entertaining, like, to try and do things that are, like, more, I'm not sure what the word is, just, like, in your face, I guess. And so naturally, like, it bleeds into, like, how I am normally. And it's just really funny because I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, I'll just be walking around. Like, I remember when I got that Pikachu, I was walking around with it, and I forgot that I had it on. People kept saying, like, oh, nice beanie, and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. But I didn't used to be that way. There used to be a time where there'd be no way in hell that I'd rock a Pokemon beanie in Walmart or something, but I don't care anymore. It's like, who cares? You guys give me thine confidants. Thine confidants of legends. But yeah, Nier Automata is really fun. Like, I definitely feel like I'm going to, that's what I want to play. I want to finish that. I was going to play some Final Fantasy first, but I think I might just jump straight into Nier Automata and, like, keep it going. Just because it was so good. Actually try to finish a game because we haven't finished a game in, like, 20 years. Like, when's the last time I added a game to the list? It's really depressing now. It's like all the games I've been picking up are so damn long. That RPG life. That's really what it is, the RPG life. It hurts. It's painful. I watched some. What did I watch on Netflix? Oh no. I watched more My Hero Academia. Last night. But I will say, I don't know how I felt about it. Like, it was like, you know how they have, like, those filler episodes and they're normally really cute and whatever? Like, these filler episodes, or, like, I don't even know if they were supposed to be filler. It felt like all filler. Like, it felt like there was a filler episode and then there was stuff that I was like, is this more filler? I don't think it was. It was, like, La Brava and that guy or whatever who could... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I think I'm good. I actually started watering. I don't think I'm going to go into, like, a crazy one. I think that's it. I think I got it all out. I hope. Thank you. And now my thingy's all messed up. Grab it from somewhere else. Like, try to get it back. There we go. But, yeah, it was like that. And I mean, I didn't mind it, but it felt more like a side plot than like a main plot. Like, I guess my thinking, and I know it was supposed to be fun, it's like, oh shit, you know, shit's hitting the fan, like, everyone needs to have more fun and all that stuff. But I'm just like, there's literally people, like, bad guys all over the place. Why are we not focusing on that? Like, why? Like, I don't know. I feel like if there was a time, like, there's no problem with having fun, but I feel like it should have only taken up, like, 2 episodes and not, like, as many as it did. Because I was kind of wondering where it was going. And also another thing is I would have rather, I don't even think I got to see the actual, like, performance. So it's like, I would rather have more time put on, like, the performance itself and all the activities that they do. And then, like, the training. Like, I feel like it should have shown more development in Deku's training. Because, like, now he can do, like, those air pressure attacks. And I think it should have taken up more time. Like, I think those types of things should have been, like, more in the forefront. Like, it went from the show having this, like, really dark, gritty feel after, everything happened with All Might and the League of Villains and all that stuff. It was, like, really dark and gritty. And now it's, like, fluffy. And there's nothing wrong with Fluffy, but like I said, it's like 1 or 2 episodes of Fluffy and then go back to it, or just like maybe find a happy middle ground and not go from like super gritty to like fluff ball extravaganza. I don't know. I just didn't really. Not in the mood. I don't know. I don't think my mood would have really changed. Like, I don't feel like it's not that I'm not okay with Fluffy. Like, it's not like I'm in a, like, I actually want to see things that are happy because of everything that's going on. Like I said with the Fortnite concert and stuff, like, I'm all for happy things. It's just it felt out of place in the context of the show or where I felt the show should go. It's like the show makes me happy even when it's like gritty, because in the like what I like about the show is shit hits the fan. It's really dark and you're like, "Oh my god," Like what the fuck is happening? People are dying or something seems impossible. And what I like about the show is like you have these impossible odds and people rally and there's always like a bright spot in it and they pull through together. Or even if it's not perfect, even if someone dies, like they do their best. And that to me is what makes me like happy with the show. It's like all this kind of frou-frou fluff, like I don't know. It's like I went in there thinking that I was gonna have like a really dense type of cake, like carrot cake or something, you know? And then when I go in to have the cake, it turns out to be like lemon meringue or I don't know, some really light lemony cake, like a lemon cake or something. And I'm just like, where's like the nice frosting and where's all the different layers and textures and like that go with it that I look for. Like it just kind of felt very one note. Like where was the threat? I guess it's like I feel like like what I don't know. I think what I'm frustrated about is I didn't really see that guy as being a bad guy. Like that guy that Deku was fighting didn't seem I think that's the problem. It's like they're fighting all these like terrible people and then this guy and this girl don't seem like bad people. Like it's almost like some weird kind of Batman syndrome, but he's just not good enough or something, or like maybe Robin Hood, but he just can't live up to Robin Hood. It's kind of like that, where he just seemed like a normal dude trying to do something, and he just either wasn't meant to do it or no one really cared. Maybe that's why I didn't like it frustrated me because he had that whole thing where it's like he was trying to do good and no one seemed to care and all that stuff. Maybe that's why I didn't like it because it's like people only gave attention to like the bad villains and he was just kind of like a mediocre villain or something, or not really a villain. He's like a weird in between like being a good guy, but it's just like the how he was going about doing his good guy stuff was villainous because he would like hurt people in the process to get whatever he wanted. And so not hurt people because he said that he wouldn't like try to like be violent, but still he would steal and heroes aren't supposed to steal even if it's from like a corporation or something. But I just felt like there were just so many more important things. I feel like it's like to me it reminds me of like how things are now with like coronavirus and everything or just shit happening. It's like people are losing their jobs, like people are getting sick, people are dying, people just so many bad things are happening, right? And it's kind of equivalent to me to those people having those rallies and protests about how they can't go to a movie theater or they can't go to a beach. And I'm just like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, why do we care about this? Why are we talking about this? Why are we wasting breath on this? Why are we wasting energy on this? And, you know, them blocking off, or like medical workers. Like, I know that there were medical workers who got blocked off from going to work because of the protest. They couldn't get to work. There were medical workers standing in the street trying to prevent people from going out. And it's like, that's not their job. You know, the medical workers are supposed to be helping people that are dying, not standing out in the fucking street. I'm not blaming the medical workers. I'm saying that they shouldn't have to do something like that. Like, they shouldn't have to waste their time telling people to just use their brains. And so I think that's why it kind of frustrated me watching those episodes of My Hero Academia. It's like, there's so many more important things. Like, why are we worrying about this guy robbing from a corporation? Like, he's not really hurting anybody. He's not really doing anything. Why do we care? Like, why is so much energy being put into him? Why is it showing Deku fighting him? Like, I don't know. My Hero Academia. Yeah, I went on like a tangent. My bad if I missed what you said. I was going on like a little tangent. I think that's just what it is. It's just I don't understand. Like, they weren't like these terrible, terrible people. Like, I didn't see them as villains. Yeah. But it wasn't even just that. It's kind of like that's the least of our problems type shit. Like, not like if they're attacking court, they shouldn't be doing that, right? Like, there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. And even if you have good intentions, if you do it the wrong way, like, I understand that. A real hero wouldn't do that. However, there are people literally dying. Like, there are villains going out and like bombing places. Like, there are like villains going out in the show and like kidnapping people, just doing crazy shit, destroying buildings. Like the League of Villains, they're plotting some nasty ass shit, and all the little thug villains. And it's like, why are we focused on this guy who's his intention isn't even to hurt. He wasn't even trying to hurt Deku. He was trying to avoid. I mean, he did it. He kind of tried to towards the end but he really wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He really wasn't trying to. So it's just like, why? You know? I guess another question is, why the fuck was he trying to attack UA? Like, I still don't understand that. It's like, he just wanted to be known, but it's just like, why do it that way? It's just so confusing. I'm just like, why? When do I think the country will open back up? I mean, I feel like things are starting to open back up already. I don't think they should. I think people should wait. I think there's still too much. Like, I think what's going to happen is everything's going to open up sooner than it's supposed to. People are going to go back while sick, whether intentionally or not, like whether they know they're sick or not. And then there's going to be an influx of even more sick people, and then they're going to have to close everything down again, and we're just going to be back to where we started. That shit is serious. Like, I think that people don't understand. Like, I don't think people seem to get how bad it really is. Like, my mom works at a hospital, and she's been home because they think that she has it, but she tested negative. So she had influenza a few weeks back, and she stayed sick even though it should have gone away, but she's still sick. So they think that she has coronavirus, but they tested her and she tested negative. And they will not test people again if they test negative until you have to wait 2 weeks before they'll test you again. And they're saying apparently that people will test negative 2 to 3 times before they test positive. But they had it the whole time. They just don't test positive. So it's like you have a shortage of tests. The tests are only accurate in the sense that they can tell you when you for sure have it. But just because it says that you don't have it doesn't mean that you don't have it. It just means the test can't detect it for whatever reason. So it's like I'm not really sure how helpful that actually is. I mean, I guess it's somewhat helpful because you can like eventually you'll be able to be like, okay, this person had it or has it, but it's so like a negative result does not mean that you're good to go. If you still have symptoms, it doesn't mean that you're okay. It just means that if you test negative, like usually what they do is they test you for everything else because it's easy to get those tests. So they test you for everything else. And if you fail to test positive for everything else, then if you test negative for coronavirus, chances are you do have coronavirus. It's just not registering for whatever reason. But just also another thing is just because you test positive for something else doesn't mean that you don't have coronavirus as well, because the problem with coronavirus is it piggybacks off of other things. Like it either causes other things, like you get it and it causes you to get like, pneumonia or something. And I say cause, not like, oh, you're going to get pneumonia because you got coronavirus. I just mean like your immune system is weak and you're more prone to other stuff. So like you get something else because your immune system is compromised, or you get something else and then you get coronavirus like after and you just don't realize it. August, September. I feel like they're trying to get things to open up sooner than August, September. I feel like they should wait until August and September, but I feel like for real, they're going to open it before August, September. At the rate that like people are tweaking out, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like it's going to be before August, September that shit's going to, cuz I mean shit's already starting. They're already talking about like May, like this month or whatever. People going back to school and things like that. So I think their intention is really to open it up like within the next month or two. I don't think they should, but I think that really is their intention. Yeah, these are the tests from the hospital, mind you. These are not like a random. This is what they have. That's the worst part. Like that's literally what they have. Well, yeah, and that's another thing. It's like you're right. The virus is complicated, and it's like uh the virus is complicated, and there's so many differing opinions that it makes it worse. Because I remember when like kind of towards the beginning, I looked when they first started talking about face masks, like regular make it at home face masks. When I first saw it, I remember looking it up, and there was like a WHO article, like the World Health Organization. They had an article, and it was talking about how is the virus airborne? Do homemade face masks help and stuff like that? And it was saying that they weren't sure if it was airborne. They tested on different like surfaces and how long it survived on different surfaces. They were saying that they tested homemade masks, and the fabric, I guess, that was the best for homemade masks was pillowcases. But in order for it to be like appropriately effective, you had to put so much fabric that it made it actually difficult to breathe. But they never actually gave a definitive statement. It was just they were just saying their findings. I mean, they couldn't give a definitive statement because no one really knows. Like, I don't know, they might have updated it since then, but that's pretty much what they had said. And I remember there was a point too, like I said, they weren't sure if it was airborne. Now they're saying it's airborne. But the whole thing is just very confusing. It's just there's not enough information. Different countries are giving conflicting information. I feel like some places, like some countries, aren't being completely honest with how things are going with them, or like they're worried about their economy. Maybe the type of government that they have means that they can uh, alter the truth, and no one's really gonna fight it, or no one has the ability to fight it, and so they just want to be able to keep, like keep going and not completely fall apart. So they're just like not being honest with everyone because they want things to seem better than they actually are. And they're just afraid of things really, like maybe people knowing the truth or understanding how bad it is, that it'll affect them negatively, like economically or something. So I feel like not everyone's being truthful. like, you have countries not taking it seriously enough, like us. I feel like just not taking it seriously enough. And, you have places that are trying to work with other places and people aren't listening. Like Africa is one of them. They're trying to, like, come on guys, let's work together. Like, let's share our data. Let's be open because we need to fix this. And people just aren't listening. Then you have places like, you know, China and stuff where I feel like they're not being, I personally feel like they're not being completely open and honest. Like the government, not the people themselves, but like the government. I feel like I said, it's about economy. I mean, there's so many exports and things that they provide to other people, and it's like if they don't get their shit together, it's gonna really fuck things up for them. And so, like, I can understand that, but at the same time, it's like you not sharing your information and being completely open and like trying to fix this, like really fix this, and not just kind of like put a bandage on it, is just gonna make it worse in the long run. Resident Evil, the Umbrella Corp, right? And go dormant for a while. I mean, I don't know if, like, I just think that we need to self quarantine, like, and but see, that's another scary thing, and this is another thing that I guess makes it rough. Is the idea was that everyone quarantines for 2 weeks, right? Everyone just stops for 2 weeks, so that way, or maybe more. Like I was like maybe like a month because you don't know when people, like, if people catch it towards the end, like, so let's just say like 3 weeks to a month, you completely just shut everything down, everyone chills the fuck out, the virus dies off. But the problem that I'm seeing now is that, I mean, look at my mom. She's been sick for more than 2 weeks. I talked to someone the other day who said they have it, and they've had friends die from it, and they've been sick for like a month. So it's like, are they catching it over and over again? I mean, my mom hasn't been back to work, so where would she catch it from? And it's like, does it really go away after 2 weeks? Or has it changed more? Was that just an early assumption, but it's not actually true? You know, because I feel like there's been too many cases of people being sick for very extended periods of time. More than 2 weeks. More than 2 weeks. And my mom told me that there was a lady who was quarantined for 16 days. So it's more than 2 weeks. A couple days more than 2 weeks. And she had like elderly family at home. So she wanted to get tested again to make sure that she didn't have it, because she didn't want her family like getting sick when she goes home. So they tested her, and she tested positive still, even though she didn't have any symptoms and she was supposed to have been better. She still tested positive. So it's like, well, what do you do then? And I think that's the problem, is like, what do you do? You know? There's just so much misinformation. It's like, I'm not a doctor. We're not doctors. But even amongst doctors, it seems like they can't agree on certain basic attributes of the virus. And I don't think that's like any single person's like fault. I think it's like I said, it's people not giving appropriate information. It's not like the doctors get to talk directly to each other. A lot of times it's like through the government, you know what I mean? Like the doctors aren't necessarily like communicating with each other. It's like, okay, well, this is what our doctors told us, from government to government. And it's like, it's almost like playing telephone, but with important scientific data. And it's just like fucked. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a hot mess. Like theoretically, it should be an easy fix. Everyone stay the fuck inside and wait a month, suck it up, buttercup, and just keep going. But uh, theory and reality never really coincide. My tummy's growling. I'm getting hungry. But But yeah, theory and reality don't necessarily coincide as well as we would like them to, unfortunately. It be like that. It be like that. So. Oh. Wait, my profile pic for what? Are you talking about YouTube? Are you talking about YouTube or I have different profile pictures on different platforms, so I can never properly tell like what. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's annoying. Oh, YouTube. Yeah, I think that's the same one that I have for that's the same one that I have for what do you call it? My Xbox account, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think I changed out everything else. I like that picture too. It's nice. But I don't know. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It sucks. I'm hungry and I don't know what I'm gonna eat when I get out. Like, I can make myself like a ham sandwich probably. I've been craving gummies, and I think it's from all those damn TikToks. You know that one like guy who it's like that guy who has like the upside down eyelash and shit. And they there's like so many coronavirus like joke videos based out. It's like, oh, you know, like, you have some gummies? Like, I love gummies. Can I have a gummy? And then it's like the coronavirus giving them a gummy. And then it's like, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this gummy? Like, yeah. I think it's from watching that. I'm really craving like Sour Patch Kids or gummy candies of some kind. It's like in my head and I can't stop. DoorDash. No, I am like crazy. I'm kind of upset too because I had an opportunity. I messed up because my dad brought me some Tylenol, and while he was out, I should have been like, can you get me some Burger King? Like, that's what I should have said. Like, give me some Burger King. Because whenever I get sick, I always crave fast food. And I can't have Burger King delivered, unfortunately. I can only have, like, pizza delivered. I've been craving Chinese food as well. Oh, my God. I've been dying to have some Chinese food. It's funny because it's like, there was a point where I was just like, fuck Chinese food. Like, I just was so tired of eating it because my mom really likes it. But now I'm just like, man, Chinese food sounds really good right now. Yes. Hopefully it's something crazy. Like, I feel like I'm getting better. I feel better than yesterday. Part of it might have just been because I was, lack of sleep that happens. But I had a fever yesterday. I haven't checked my temperature today, but I had a fever yesterday. My throat, the day before, or the night before, yeah, the day before, it was really sore. Like, that stream that I had, like, you guys heard, my voice was shit. I don't know, I don't know what time you joined the stream. There was a point where my voice did get a little bit better over time, but at the start of the stream, my voice was complete shit. And then, I've been sneezing. But after I take my bath and everything and I want to cool down, then I'll go take my temperature and see, like, but I have Tylenol and that definitely helped. You ran out of snacks, damn. Yeah, we had gone, like, remember my dad brought me groceries, so, but we're running out now. Like, I only have a little bit of ham left. My pizzas are all gone. I have some ice cream. But you know what's crazy is, like, normally I fuck with ice cream, but I'm just not, like, I don't want, like, chocolate or sweets. Like, I actually want, like, fruity candies. What's funny is they always say how, like, when you get, like, when you're younger, like, kids usually want, like, fruity candies and, like, sour candies and all that stuff. And then when you get older, that's when you want, like, more bitter things or things that are, like, more complex flavors. I'm the freaking complete opposite because I used to like chocolate, all kinds of chocolate. I only really ever wanted chocolate. And now I'm just like gummies and sour candies. Like, give me Sour Patch Kids. Give me those little, like, sour worms. You know, give me gummies. Like, fruity things. Something's wrong with me. No. You can't even get tested. You can't even get tested unless you have all the symptoms. Like, you need to have, like, every single symptom, pretty much. I'm talking about the biggest one is, like, respiratory problems. Like, you're having shortness of breath and stuff, and you're having trouble breathing. Then you have, like, the coughing, the sore throat, the fever. I want to say there's, like, one or two other ones, but I can't remember. But there's a whole list, and you have to pretty much check off. And the big one is shortness of breath. And then, like, pretty much all the other ones. Like, my mom works at the hospital, and it took forever for her to get tested. Even though she had, like, pretty much all the symptoms minus shortness of breath. But I think that's the reason why they didn't want to test her, was because she didn't have shortness of breath. And that's why they didn't want to test her. So it's like, that's what's, like, going on with that. So, I mean, I'm not bad enough. Like, I'm not nearly bad enough to get tested. Like, I'm here. I'm self-quarantining. They think my mom has it. But as long as, like, you're not... Like I said, as long as you don't have shortness of breath and stuff, they can't really do anything for you. Because that's the problem with it. Unless you need a ventilator, there's really not much that they can do except make you comfortable. And... everything else, minus needing a ventilator, you just pretty much have to take Tylenol and rest and drink fluids, and you can do that at home, you know? And that's the thing. It's like, they can't waste, they don't have enough tests. They really don't. And that's the problem. It's like, just because like, that's what I've been trying to tell people, is just because you feel sick doesn't mean you automatically need to get tested. Because there's so many things that have similar, like, it's flu season. There's just so many things that have similar symptoms. And those tests, it's really important to save them for, like, sure things, especially since earlier, I don't think you got to hear that part, but, like, so many of the tests, people test negative, even when the doctors think they probably do have it. And so it's like, the tests are pretty precious. Like, because testing negative over and over again doesn't help anybody. You want to make sure that when you test them, like, they're not getting false positives, they're getting false negatives. So if you're positive, you're positive. It's kind of like a pregnancy test. Like, if it says that you're pregnant, chances are you are probably pregnant. Like, it would take some really weird shit for you not to be pregnant. But if you get a false negative, just because the test says you're negative doesn't mean that you're not pregnant. It could just mean that it can't detect it. You go through chocolate moments and candy moments. That's true. That's true. Fluctuations. Like, lately for me, it's been more savory and candy. So, like, something like chips, like salty, I guess would be a better way to put it. Like, salty things, and then fruity things. Yeah, there's no cure. There's no cure for it. There's no shot. There's no... it's not like with the flu where they have, like, vaccines that can help prevent it. There's no... all they can really do is just treat the symptoms. So it's like, you know, if you're short of breath, put you on a ventilator. If you have a fever, give you Tylenol. Try to keep you cool, keep your temperature down. If you have a cough, give you cough medicine, a lozenge, you know, shit like that. Something for your throat. That's really it. That's why they're telling people, like, don't, you know, unless you really need, like, if you're short of breath or you feel like it's, I mean, like, extra, like, not to go to the hospitals, because then all you're doing is making it so you're at risk of spreading it to people. But they can't actually really provide you that much relief, and they're running low on supply. So they need to save it for people who are, like, at risk of, like, people who, without the help of a hospital, are at risk of genuinely, like, passing away, essentially. I mean, most flu, like when you get the flu and stuff, I mean, minus like the vaccines that help you, there's nothing to do about it. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta ride it out, like a cold. You know, there's no cure for a cold. You just ride it out. Does that make sense? Because it's not like it's a bacterial infection. If it's bacteria, you can take antibiotics, but a virus you can't. Yeah, yeah. So shit gets crazy. You need a mask with a fan. It can be weird breathing through the mask. So I'm not gonna lie. Like it. When I went to go see my dad yesterday, because he was bringing medicine for Sweet Baby, for his fleas and stuff, and I made sure to put a mask on because I was like, oh, I don't know, like, we would just stand far apart, you know. But this time when I saw him, I actually put a mask on just so that way, like, just as a precaution if it's airborne and shit. I don't know if I'm not saying that I have it. I'm just saying, like, to be careful because they're saying that there's a high chance that my mom has it. So I'm like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Especially since I have a fever. I don't get fevers that often. Like, I can't remember the last time I had a fever, which is why it's kind of significant as far as that goes. Normally I get colds, but I don't get a fever. I wake up with a sore throat and achy. I don't wake up, like, sweating. So it's problematic. But, oh my gosh, it's already been an hour. That's crazy. That's nutty. But, I'm gonna go ahead and, like, finish up here. And then, later tonight, I want to do another Nier Automata stream. And hopefully, I'm up to having my face cam. If not, we'll have, like, the cool little, like, effect or whatever. And we'll do it next time. It just depends on, like I said, how I'm feeling. If I want to, like, show my face or not. Because it might look like I'm dying, so I might not want, you know, people to see me, like, dying. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, well, I hope that you guys have an amazing evening. Get some din-din, get some food, and hopefully I get to see you guys tonight on Twitch. Okay, bye-bye. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for hanging out.